So you can see here that I'm in my Google AdSense account. This is completely new AdSense account. I added this website to Google AdSense in October, around 15 or 16 October. And you can see the earnings here. From October 15th to November, I have earned $117. I know this amount is very small compared to what you might have seen on other websites. Even this month earnings are also very low, and today's earnings are also very low. So I'm recording this video on December 20, right? And I'm giving you to that context. And the reason for this is simple. This is low effort content. Why this is low effort? Because I'm not putting in a lot of effort. I'm publishing AI generated content and using Bing search to drive traffic to my website. And I'm also not building backlinks. I'm not doing heavy SEO. I'm not putting in effort for all of those things. I spend about 10 minutes per article, publish it on my website, and that's it. I also do not publish very frequently, just once in a while. If you go to my website, right, you will see that clearly. If I go to my Google search console, you can see that the performance is really bad. My website is almost dead on Google. Google does not even consider this website anymore. It doesn't anymore show it to people. I'm getting maybe 1 or 2, 3 searches per day from Google. That's it. And the reason is simple. I'm not putting in effort overall. But if you look at the same website on Bing Webmaster, you will see a complete different story. In Bing Webmaster tools, you can see that I'm getting clicks, not huge numbers, but still around 50, 60, sometimes 80 clicks per day. I know that this is not an amazing traffic, but it's a real traffic. And within this period, I made money within AdSense with that traffic. This is the most important thing. You can see that my website was actually getting traffic from June from Bing, but I did not even notice that. Later, around September, I noticed it. Then I added my website to Google AdSense in October and I got approved using Bing traffic. Now let's talk about the strategy I follow. The strategy is simple. First, I decide my goal, and my goal is to rank on Bing, not on Google. Then I find the keywords that I can rank easily on Bing. So next I do deep research using Gemini. Then I take the research report and humanize the content using Claude. Then I make it SEO friendly and easy to read using Claude, right? And then I publish it to my website after adding some images. Everything gets done in 10 minutes per article and I publish the content. So I'll be sharing the exact steps that I follow and got AdSense approval. Now many of you might be thinking, can I really get Google AdSense approval using Bing traffic? Yes, absolutely. Google AdSense does not care about where the traffic comes from. What matters is that the traffic is real and authentic. If you bring fake traffic, bot traffic, spam traffic, Google will not approve you. This is the most important thing you need to understand. Your traffic must be human traffic. Once Google sees that your site is getting real user, they'll approve your AdSense account. At the time I applied, I was getting around 80 to 90 clicks per day, and that was enough to get approved. So yes, it works. Once you get approved, you can start showing ads and start making money. Now, if I go to my analytics, you'll also see some direct traffic. Honestly, I don't know what direct traffic actually is. It could be from Pinterest or other sources. But one thing I know for sure, that is Bing is bringing me more traffic right now. So without any delay, let's get started with this video and I'll show you everything step by step so you can do it yourself. So let's get started with the step 1. So step 1 is very simple. You need a website. That's it. Before anything else, you need a website to work on. Let me show you an example. This is my website dashboard. You can see that I'm inside my admin panel. I'm using Ghost here and I've hosted it on Coolify. This is my Coolify dashboard and you can see my website is deployed here. I'm showing you this to explain things clearly. To have a website, you need hosting. Now, usually if you're a beginner, right, you would go and buy shared hosting, something like Hostinger. That's totally fine if you're starting out. Another easy option is to go to ghost.io and buy their plan. That actually much easier than starting with WordPress, especially if you don't want to deal with the technical stuff. Ghost hosting will also cost around $9 to $10 per month, but it is beginner friendly. You can just log in and you can start writing immediately. Now, if you understand a bit of tech, or if you want more flexibility, then I would recommend using Coolify. I already covered this in a detailed video where I show how to create your own WordPress website, how to deploy Ghost, everything on Coolify. You just need one BPS server and from there you can deploy multiple websites with just one with Coolify instance. So if you want the setup, just watch the Coolify video. I've explained everything step by step so you don't need to worry, you can get the exact guides. Now let's move on to the step 2. This step is where I'll show you the basic website setup. I'm not going into deep into details here. This is just a basics setting up your website. Right now I'm inside my Coolify dashboard. I already have my main website here, but let me show you how a new website is created here. I just click on add project and name it something like test website because I'll be deleting it after making this video. This is just for demo. Now I will add a resource here. Here I will choose WordPress and I'll select WordPress with MariaDB. I'm not changing anything else here. You can set a domain name if you want, but again, I already have covered all of this thing in the detailed video of the Coolify. So you just click on deploy. If you find this very technical, you can completely skip this part. In that case, you just go to ghost.io, buy a plan. You will get admin panel where you can start writing content, right? Where you can immediately start publishing your content. Now you can see that WordPress is deployed. I'll open the website link here. All right, the WordPress setup screen is open. I will choose English and then, right, I will enter the site title, username, password, email, right? This is just a test site, so I'll keep everything simple. Then I'll click on install WordPress. Once that's done, I'll log in. Now you can see that we are inside WordPress dashboard. From here, technically, you can start creating posts, but before that, you should choose theme. A good beginner-friendly option is Astra theme. Just search for Astra, install it and activate it. Like that's basically the basic WordPress setup that I'm covering here. I'm not covering everything in detail because it would take a full video to explain themes, plugins, SEO setup and customization. I can create a separate detailed video for WordPress later. For now, just understand this. Your website is ready. After this, you will need a basic pages like homepage, about page, privacy policy, terms and conditions, and some essential plugins like SEO plugins. But again, those things are not part of the video. So we'll stop this step here. Now let's move on to the next step, which is picking a niche. This is step 3. To pick a niche, you basically need to choose one topic. Ideally, it should be something you are interested in, something you enjoy talking about, or something where you already have some knowledge or experience. That really helps in long run. Now, yes, technically you can create content in any niche because we are going to use AI, but still having some interest or understanding making it much easier to find good keywords and create better content. So for picking a niche, I'll use a tool called Gravity Ride. Once you come here, just create an account. After that, you will see the search bar. In the search bar, type niche idea generator. You will find the tool, just open it. Now, here it asks what you are interested in. So you'll just type something like make money with AI or AI tools or affiliate marketing. So you can type anything here you are interested in: affiliate marketing, building website, coding, whatever you want. Then just click on create content. This tool is not going to write the content for you. Instead, it gives you the niche ideas. You can see it gives you niche name, an overview, and even profit potential. Look at this. There are so many ideas generated here just for one keyword. For example, affiliate marketing for pet emergency preparedness. Another one is minimalistic tech affiliate marketing. So let me expand one of this. So when you open it, you can see exactly what niche is about and what you should focus on. For example, in pet emergency preparedness, you will be promoting emergency kits, first aid supplies, and survival products for pets during the disaster. Now look at this one, minimalistic tech affiliate marketing. Here the idea is to promote carefully curated technology products that helps people to achieve digital minimalism while staying productive, right? That's it. So honestly, this is a really good idea because a lot of people are trying to reduce their distraction and simplify their digital life, right? Okay, so it's a really good way to go with this one. You can promote different tools, software, or even subscription-based product in this niche and make money from that. So this is how you pick your niche. You look at the ideas, see what actually interests you, and then you decide what you need to work on. Now, once you selected your niche, the next step is keyword research. This is step 4. What we will do simple. We'll copy the niche idea and overview from here. Just copy the entire thing. Now go to ChatGPT, open a new chat and paste it here. Then tell ChatGPT something like, this is my niche, this is the overview, and I want to create content around it. For that, I need keyword research. Ask ChatGPT to create a complete structure: primary keywords, secondary keywords, long tail keywords, short tail keywords, and also the search intent for each. Tell it clearly that your focus is being search result and you will verify everything later using SEMrush. Okay, you can use the dictate button here and just speak it out. Just explain what you want simple in simple words and hit enter. ChatGPT will generate full keyword plan for you. You will see things like your niche summary, target audience, core promise, primary keywords, secondary keywords, long tail keywords, and even the content ideas and pillar topics. After that, your job is very simple. Take those keywords and go to SEMrush. Check the search volume, keyword difficulty, and potential of each keyword. See which ones make sense for you, right? and then you can take that keyword. I've already covered keyword research in detail in a separate video, so we can watch that. I have also covered about Bing keyword research in another video which is dedicated for Bing only, where I've explained everything specifically for Bing search. So once you validate your keywords in SEMrush, this step is done. You now have your niche and your keywords. And once the research is complete, the next step is to creating content. Now let's say you have validated your keywords and you have done your keyword research. Now let's move on to the next step, that is content creation. So to create content, the first thing you need is keywords. That's what I said. So here in SEMrush, I have validated the keywords that I found from ChatGPT, which is based on our niche, that is minimal tech. For example, I found a keyword minimal font review. It has a 1.3k search volume. The keyword difficulty is very low and the intent is also commercial. That is really good because commercial intent means people are already in the buying mode. You can also see a lot of related keywords here. I'm using the free version of SEMrush, so I can only get a limited number of the keywords, but that is totally fine for now. So what I will do, I'll select the available keywords and copy them. Before moving forward, always check the intent of the keywords. Commercial, informational, and transactional keywords are really good. Also avoid the navigational keyword because they are not really important. Now that we have our keywords, we need to prepare them for content creation. I already have two prompts, one for deep research and another for the blog post generation, right? As you know that our topic is based on something like minimalistic tech or digital minimalism, so that's what I'm going to write here in the prompt. And for the keywords, we just copied, right? I'll go to ChatGPT, right? So first inside ChatGPT, I'm going to paste the keywords and ask ChatGPT to extract only the keywords, nothing else. So this will remove the numbers and the extra data, so with that we don't need. Once ChatGPT gives me the clean keyword list, I'll copy that and then I'll come back to the research prompt and I'll paste the keywords into the keyword section. After that, I'll select that prompt, right, and I'll copy it. Next, I'll go to Gemini, open a new chat in Gemini and make sure that you are using the Pro version. Pro version works much better for the deep research. I know that most people already have access to it for free. If you don't have, then you can find the different ways to get it for free. Once you are there, paste the prompt. Then from the tool section, select the deep research and hit enter. Right, and then you again need to prompt it. Then Gemini will take some time, usually around 5 to 10 minutes, to complete the deep research. Once the deep research is done, you'll get a detailed research report. After that, you will take the research report and you'll move to Claude AI, where we will use to actually generate the content. And I'll also show you exactly how to do that. So now, as you can see, our report is ready. Gemini has created the report. I know that it is not very long and it is not super detailed, but that's fine. The length is good enough for what we need. So what I'm going to do is copy it. But before copying it, first I'll go to my prompts. From there, I'll copy the blog post prompt. I will just copy the prompt and then I'll move to Claude. Okay, now I'm inside Claude. Here I'll paste the prompt. Okay, after pasting the prompt, we need to replace few things. First, the main keyword. Our main keyword was minimal font review, so I'll just paste that here. Next are the supporting keywords. We already have selected the main keyword earlier, so I will just copy all the supporting keywords from this and then I'll paste it in the Claude AI. Now the target audience. For target audience, I'll put like people who are interested in minimalism, professionals, business people, students, anyone who wants fewer distraction and better focus. I'll just mention that here. For the tone, I'll keep it casual and human-like. That's the thing works best. Now the prompt is ready. Next, we need to give Claude the report because we need the context, right? So I'll go back to Gemini. I'll copy the entire report. I'll copy everything from the main content to the way down to the sources. I'm also copying the sources because it helps Claude add better external links and references. So I'll copy everything including the sources and then I'll come back to Claude and I paste it here. Now I'll just hit enter after pasting everything. Claude will now generate the full post, proper title, SEO title, meta description, URL structure, internal linking, external linking, everything. So once it is done, now you can see the main title is here, minimal font review, and then something is there. Then SEO title is generated, something like minimal font review 2025, my 6-month reality check. Meta description is here, suggestion URL, slug is also here. Now look at how the post starts. It starts with the first person word, honest way, which is really good. This follows Google's content framework, but it also works for Bing, right? It's basically have a better advantage on Bing if we go with this approach. You will also notice the internal linking suggestion. For example, it suggests link to the related articles on my website. But right now you see that here, my domain is mentioned here. But one thing really important that inside the prompt, right? If I go back to the prompt, you'll need to replace my domain with your domain, your own website domain, right? Before you execute the prompt to Claude AI, remember that. I forgot to mention this earlier, but make sure you update the domain and formatting inside the prompt before using it. More personal information you will give it, the better result you will get. With this internal link, Claude is basically suggesting you what type of content you should create next. That's really powerful because it helps you to plan your future content as well. You'll also see the external links are also added. These are based on the sources we copied from the Gemini. So you are getting proper citations which improves trust and authority. Even though we are not focusing on Google ranking here, but still helps to signals Google that okay, we are using Google EAT framework. That is actually big advantage on Bing as well. Claude also suggests where to put images. It tells you exactly where an image go and what kind of image you should use. You can generate the images using ChatGPT or Gemini using the prompt that Claude has given. So at this point, the post is basically ready. You can see the external sources referenced at the end, citation at the end, which add more credibility to the content. So this is why I don't directly write post using Gemini. I use it for creating deep research and report, and then I use Claude to turn that post into a fully optimized blog post. Now that content is ready, next step is publishing. Okay, you can use platform like Ghost or WordPress to publish your content. I already mentioned this in the starting of the video. Right now I'm using WordPress just for this test. I have already installed a plugin called Rank Math. I'm using it to show you how to do the basic issue, especially for Bing. So first I'll go to the post and then I'll click on add new. Now I'll go back to Claude and copy the content that Claude generated for us. I'll copy the full content and then I'll come back to WordPress and paste it here. As you can see, the entire content is pasted. One important thing to understand that the title is on the top is not the SEO title. This is just the post title. The SEO title needs to be added separately. So I'll copy the SEO title from here. I'll click on Rank Math. Then I'll click on the edit snippet. Right here, I'll paste the SEO title. Next is the permalink or the URL slug. This is how your page URL look. We already have generated the slug by Claude. So I'll copy that and I'll paste it here in the permalink section. Now we also need the meta description. I'll copy the meta description and I'll paste it here as well. If the title, meta description or the slug is long, then you can make it slight adjustment and you can but it's overall fine. So next we need to clean up the content. You will see some things like instruction, notes or suggestion in the post. So don't publish the post with all of this. You need to remove that. Now let's talk about the internal links. You will see some places where internal links are suggested. Since this is a new website, those posts may not exist yet. If you already have existing content, you can simply replace that placeholder with your actual links. To do that, you just click on the text and then click on the link icon, then edit it and paste the URL of the related post from your website. You need to do this for all the internal links. For images, you will see the suggestions inside the content. You can copy those suggestions and generate the image using tools like ChatGPT or Gemini, or if you already have images, you can upload them directly here. Also, make sure that you add the proper alt text to your image. You can generate the alt text using AI as well. That is important for Bing. You will also notice that external links are also generated by Claude. These are already included and that's really good. At the bottom, you may see things like notes, word counts or extra references. You can remove those. Once that's done, the post is almost ready. Now you just need to add images, double check everything and then click publish. So within 10 minutes, everything is ready. Once the post is published, just copy the URL of the post. Now we move to the next step, which is Bing SEO. This is the step 7. I already made a detailed video on this, so I won't go very deep here. I'll just show you the basics. Go to the Bing Webmaster Tools. Once you are inside, go to the URL inspection section. Paste the URL of the newly published post here and click inspect. After inspection, submit the URL to the indexing. This helps Bing discover your page faster. You should also submit your sitemap. Go to the sitemap section and submit your sitemap URL. Rank Math will automatically generate the sitemap for you. So you need to copy from there. You need to copy it from your website and paste it here. If you submit your sitemap to Bing, Bing understands what pages exist on your website and what you need to be indexed. Even though if you don't use URL inspection tool, Bing always going to index your pages. But if you use the URL inspection tool, it would happen faster. You can also check the backlink section inside the Bing Webmaster Tool to find any potential backlink opportunities. I have already covered all of this in that another detailed video about Bing. So make sure to watch that if you want deeper understanding about Bing Webmasters. So what is the next step? The next step basically waiting for the traffic. Before you apply for Google AdSense, there is one important thing you need to understand. You should not apply immediately. You need to wait for what I call validation phase. During that phase, you need to watch your traffic, especially your Bing traffic. If you see that your performance is getting better, you are going to get consistent clicks. That's a good sign. For example, if you are getting 50 to 60 clicks daily, that's already a decent traffic. You are going to get 80 to 90 clicks. That's even better. Once you reach that level with consistency, then you can think of applying for Google AdSense. The most important thing here is the consistency. You need to keep publishing posts regularly. Don't stop after a few posts. Also, don't bring any fake traffic. This is really important. Don't run any paid ads for that. Traffic should be real, authentic. You can get traffic from external sources as well, like Pinterest, Medium, or even Reddit. When you submit your site to Google AdSense, Google will check all of those. Now, before applying for AdSense, make sure your website is properly set up. You need pages like terms and condition, privacy policy, and affiliate disclaimer if you are doing affiliate marketing. If you look at my website, you will see that I have all of those pages in the footer. Google wants transparency, so make sure everything is clearly mentioned. Once you get the Google AdSense approval, then at that point, you can also use automation. You can use tools like ChatGPT or Claude to build automation system. You can also use N8N. You can automate even larger part of your content using N8N. Once you understand how to create good content using AI, right, automation will help you to structure that in a faster way. You can also work on backlinks, external traffic sources. Okay, you can use platforms like Medium, Reddit, drive traffic. Right, I do that. I'll be honest here. I personally drive traffic from Medium and Reddit. This traffic might not be always show you clearly inside the Bing Webmaster Tools, but you can definitely see inside Google Analytics and Microsoft Clarity. You'll be able to see exactly where your traffic is coming from. So yeah, I think I've covered almost everything. If you have any question, you can always put in the comment section. This video was basically about how do you get Google AdSense approval using Bing traffic.